quantize that. So today we are continuing with music production foundations, and Pro Tools is our DAW, and we've learned some few foundational understandings about Pro Tools. I'm sure we are all familiar with this window. Okay, this is our launch window on Pro Tools. So this is where you create a name. So we are going to click on create, come up with your BPM. So you double click on this red, and then you can type on the BPM. The next thing is to create a click track. So you go to file, track, the menu bar, track, and then create click track. Okay, so your space bar on your computer, play, stop. So this is our click track on the insert as a plugin. Okay, you can change this click track to a different sound. We have click 1 and click 2. Click 1 is the main beat, and then the others. So the main transient, this one, I can click over here and say I want a bell. Okay, changes. Then the other one, I can say a block. Then you can reduce the volume of the click track. Then I have my speed. Then the next thing I'm going to do is create new. It's a stereo and instrument track. We call this, let's say, drum. I'm going to have a look at Pro Tools inbuilt drum machines that come with Pro Tools. So I'll come over here and say multi-channel, then instruments, then you go to boom, something called boom. Yeah, here we go. It's a drum machine for Pro Tools. Yeah, so this drum machine, you can play, stop, change different pannings and all that. Okay, and you can see the pattern is over here. So let's say I want to record this loop into my session as an audio file. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to create a channel, which is an audio channel. New, go to stereo, audio, then I'll call this drum loop, because I want to record this drum loop into my channel. So what do? Create a new audio track, and then you have to reroute this output. So as you can see, my output is going to virtual because of my live stream. So I have to change this to bus and say bus 1, 2. Okay, and then this drum loop input will be bus 1, 2, and then the out remains to virtual. Okay, so I'm redirecting this signal and feeding it to my audio track. Why? Because I want to record this as an audio file. So let's see how this works. Hit enter on your keyboard and then play. I can't hear the sound, so I have to make sure okay, the sound is there. So you have to arm your track. Make sure you have activated this red buttons and make sure they are blinking so that you're able to hear the signal. If you don't activate them, the signal will not go through, as you've observed. So let's try and record this loop into our session as an audio file. So I'm going to record. Shortcut for record is Command spacebar. Just record the loop. think that's enough. You can stop, close that, zoom in and out. You can use T and R as your shortcut. I'm going to loop 4 bars. Remember, you have to make sure you've set up this to grid as you've learned on video episode 1. You can click that and Command D to duplicate. Then I have both. Then Shift Option 3 to join. Shift Option 3, number 3, to join the audio clip into one. I have that. Click, then quantize over here. We learned on the first episode on how to quantize. And balance it like that. There's a trick on Pro Tools. I can create a new track, which is an audio track in this case, and then maybe let me just create that. If I drag this guy down here, it converts automatically to an audio track. Okay, so now I can delete this. So any audio, any MIDI that you record, you can automatically convert it into audio. All right, so you come over here. Let's try and record. I'm going to rename this as, let's say, snare 2. Let me just click. If you load the plugin, you have this tiny minus and plus. You can change that to move to the next library. So I'm going to just do 4 bars and then click on it, Command D, duplicate, select both, Shift click, Shift Option number 3 to join them together. And now you have an audio track. Let me first save. For you to save, you go to File, Save Session, or Command S or Control S on Windows. Okay, so here we are. We go to, I've saved the file, so let's add a new instrument. Let's do expand. Remember, I'm using Pro Tools factory library. Okay, so as long as you have Pro Tools, you'll get this libraries. Command spacebar. Okay, I think that's enough. Let me reduce this to 4 bars now and do a 4-bar loop kind of setting. This one, I can merge them up. Shift Option 3. Okay, let's I'm satisfied with that. So I can create a new track, that is Shift Command N. This is a stereo and I want it audio, and rename it as maybe chords, create, and then I'll drag these guys. Let me quantize them first. I'll drag them down there, then it will automatically convert that into an audio track. Okay, Command S to save, and then I'm going to load up something we call one knob pump. Yeah, There you go. Just to give it some movement. Its waves create some in-house sidechain. Let me try more guitars. Audio track. I just leave them mono, then call this guitar 2. Then drag and drop down there. Then remove that. Let's listen to the both guitars. Can pan. Like that. Then have our chords. There you go. Quantize that.